What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Trigun soundtrack from the original 1998 anime. And we're going to listen to a song that serves as the end credit theme, which is actually composed by someone different than the composer of the majority of the score, which is to say the song, which translates roughly to Wind Blows in the Future, is composed by Akima Tsuneo, and it's sung by Akima NEOS, and NEOS is written in all caps, so I'm guessing that means the writer of the song is one of the performers on the tune. Nevertheless, it is a really dramatic track, although it's interesting because we only get a section of it in the end credits of the anime, so the opening and ending in particular are not heard in the usage as the end credit theme song, and so they sound strikingly different. They're a bit more Eastern folk music or traditional music, and then it goes into the song that anyone who's seen the anime will know, and then it ends again with this more folk music, Japanese traditional music sound. I also wanted to thank Sophia. She made available the song which is called Sound Life and REM, or Sound Life-REM, which features very prominently in the narrative and is sung by Rem Savarem as well as a couple other people over the course of the narrative. So probably when I come back to this soundtrack the next time, that's what I'll react to. But yes, this song, again, Wind Blows in the Future is the way that I'm going to write it, and I think the most direct translation. It has a very dramatic sound, and I view it very nostalgically because it reminds me of seeing this show for the first time all those many years ago. And because when you hear it, you've just seen another episode with more developments and more drama and more narrative evolution, it's always this experience where my mind is still buzzing from the episode I just saw, and so the song hits very powerfully, not just because of the sonics and the vocals, which I think are good. They're a bit over the top, which is, I think, fitting to the sonic tenor of the song. But yes, it's a really cool experience when you hear this because your brain is still trying to piece together and make predictions about what you just saw. So let's give it a listen. This is by Akima Tsuneo and performed by Akima NEOS, a song that translates to Wind Blows in the Future, which serves as the end credit theme song for the 1998 anime of Trigun.
する雨の雫みたいに気ままにあてなく静かに夕日が全てを見届け遠い海に沈む口づけするように果てしなく続く明日の夢に流れる
Indeed, that opening and ending feels like it could be the incidental music for like a no play, no, N-O-H, which is a very old style of Japanese theater, predating kabuki by quite a while. In any case, yes, I enjoy the song as we hear it in the show, which is only two of the verses. That third verse isn't actually in the end credits as we see and hear it in the show. And yes, again, I love the big raspy vocal that he does at the end of each section. We do hear the title phrase, Kaze-Wa Mirai-ni Fuku, which Mirai is the word for future. And yes, ultimately, when I have been listening to this in the watch-along that I'm doing over on Patreon, I caught that a couple times, though back in the day, I don't know if I would have identified it so clearly. In any case, the point is I really enjoy his vocal performance, even if it's a bit over the top. It sort of reminds me of Mark Ullman from Soft Cell, where like his singing is very emotional and powerful, even if he's not perfectly melodically in the pocket, as they say. It fits the feeling and the intensity of the song, even if it's not a precise singing performance in a technical sense. And yeah, you definitely can hear two voices in there. There's the lead vocal, but there is this other vocal that's like under or behind the main vocal in a couple parts. So I guess that's the NEOS person. Actually, I don't know that for sure. Maybe it's the Akima person is the composer and writer of the song. Maybe they're doing the supporting vocals. But either way, I enjoy the power and brightness of the tune, and of course it's just incredibly nostalgic to me. And indeed, there was a moment in the middle of that where it just inevitably my brain is thinking of when I first watched this show and I was completely clueless as to what was coming in the episodes. Now I say that as I've gone through the watch along on Patreon, there's a lot of details episode to episode, even long arc, that I'm not really remembering or that I only recall as they happen. But yes, I just still have a very nostalgic memory of seeing this show for the first time in my brother's anime collection. So yes, ultimately I'm looking forward to more of the show in the Patreon watch along. And again, shout out to Chris, who has made available Trigun Stampede, which, as I now understand it, is not a reboot. What's the right word? I guess it's a reboot. It's the same story, but condensed to fewer episodes and done with new animation, and I think some new voice acting, though the English dub again features Johnny Young Bosch as the voice of Vash. So I'm looking forward to that, and again, I think the next track that I do in these audio reactions for the soundtrack will be the REM, or Sound Life REM song. So I'm looking forward to that. Do let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.